Somebody else said, why when you come before them? You know, sometimes when you come before this, you see it look different. Mm-hmm. Morale. Good night.
Demons! Ano come out of my inbox? He
Sonia Mills. You know, me just remember me know the something I come sit down. Mm-mm. Sometimes I don't remember what I do, you know. But anyway, good night, good night, good night, everybody. Good night, good night. Edgar Sweeney. All right. Welcome again to the platform, Life with Jennifer JM. I am your girl, Auntie Jen. I put a video out and I was bigging up Nikisha Burchell. Very good thought. Very good thought of bringing in generator, getting an iron board, pressing up the kids' stuff so that they not go to school back, look mash up, because them not have no light. But this generation need to learn the old time way when we used to have to put iron on fire and rub it off and press with clothes and go to school. Why? Enough time iron burn up a uniform too. Ooh, enough uniform gets crushed up with iron back in those days. Who remember that? Somebody too young for that, you know, remember. Oh my god. Oh my god. Mm-hmm. Um, let me find it. Yeah. Let me find it and show you. Oh my. Wrong. Alright. I tell another reason why now this year give me so much trouble. I think I did it wrong, you know. I cut it I think I cut it wrong. I make sense. How you do? Nikisha Birchall.
Still at Parliament.
How would it say? Man, log in with a time. Oh, this phone here. This phone here. Morel antigen, if you don't clean off the iron properly, it dirty up the clothes. You remember them days that generation get life too easy, them need to remember that them something there. Where's the iron? Yeah man, iron. Put them in some people are wood fire too, and when it would burn off a little coal pot, you put it on it. When self-eater iron come in, is when it come in like say the electric. Because they wouldn't have that thing now. And then everybody did have self-eater iron. We come a long way. Never pick there. Me see all when the internet gone. For my granddaughter, she can't even. She can like she torment. She torment. Every minute she go look on the internet box. Me say internet gone. I thought I did save it, but it seems like I never save it. But I come across a clip here today and I want to play it before I forget. And I was listening to this lady talking about Elon Musk. I know it's not Jamaican politics, but we need to listen. Listen this.
From apartheid, and honestly, South Africa, y'all can take him back. He was born there in 1971, raised in a world built on hierarchy, extraction, and control. He left that country, yeah, but he never left that mindset. The same system that gave him privilege, which is order masquerading as progress, became the foundation for how he built his empire. He calls himself a free speech absolutist, but every empire he's built runs on silence, of workers, of critics, of truth. He didn't invent disruption. He monetized domination. And the wildest part is that we let him. Every time he fumbles, every time he flames out, this country hands him another contract, another bailout, another chance to save us. Musk's fortune didn't come from risk, it came from us. Tesla launched with a $465 million Department of Energy loan and padded with more than $6 billion in subsidies and tax credits. SpaceX, one of the biggest federal contractors in the world, with multi-billion-dollar NASA and Pentagon deals, including a $1.8 billion spy satellite contract with the National Reconnaissance
That's the one we were
Office,
talking,
Starlink,
self-eater.
propped up by U.S. and allied militaries, and still collecting federal funds, even after the restricted access in Ukraine because it didn't fit his politics. So when he tweets about freedom from the system, remember that the system signs his checks. He's not rebelling, he's rebranding, and we keep rewarding it. Then came his favorite act, trying to fix the system from within. When Trump came back into office, Elon joined Doge. It sounded like satire, but it wasn't. He promised to save taxpayers $1 trillion by cutting waste, but within months, watchdogs found that his savings had come from slashing public jobs, freezing benefits, and defunding safety programs that real people depend on. And the kicker? Analysts later found that those cuts cost more than they actually saved. Over $130 billion in new contract spending, tied to his own company.
Let me say something, cause I'm playing this reel. Show you something. and see. Instagram send me a message because I find it on Instagram. Let me see the message though. You see how the internet is? Because it's talking about this powerful man. That's the message I'm getting. Oh, we lock your Instagram. We lock your Instagram account. I'm not business on no one lock. I could have lock so tell you no can't lock. I can't lock God out of my life. I Fergie, Claudette, Grant, good night. I don't want to do as I like and nobody in the world have to talk. Or anybody talk about don't want to sanction them, don't want to do all kind of something to them. It's not going to work. We will talk. We will voice our opinion. Let me say something, so I'm gonna put it back and say something.
Elon Musk didn't come from a rebellion.
Alright, so it's still
Think
going.
safety programs that real people depend on.
So maybe this I want scamming something too.
Analysts later.
Some scamming. Some scamming something. Some scamming. People use them something have to do all kind of something. Scamming. Scamming this. Yeah, Fergie, I'm telling you something. The hospital them in Jamaica and now it get worse. Now it get worse. Now it get worse. Now it get worse. Let me play this for you. You know something, if I play a clip here from the other day, I forget. That Royal Reid losing case. Well, I make on hear. His sentence will not come yet though.
Former Education Minister Royal Reid, former Caribbean Maritime University President Dr. Fritz Pinnock, and Reid's wife Sharon and daughter Cheryl today lost their attempt to stop their criminal trial in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court. The four, along with JLP Councillor Kim Brown Lawrence, are before the court on fraud and corruption charges. Their trial started in October 2025 when their attorney at law, Hugh Wildman, objected to the legality of the order for indictment which was used to start the trial. An order of indictment is the legal document that accuses someone of a serious crime. However, senior judge of the parish court, Sanchia Burrell, ruled that the trial should go on. The four then applied for leave to apply for judicial review of the judge's decision and asked for the trial to be stopped. Today, Supreme Court Judge Justice Nemard refused to grant their applications. Justice Nemard ruled that the parish court judge acted lawfully in signing the order for indictment. The Supreme Court judge also said the four accused had not shown why the criminal trial in the parish court should be stopped.
So the trial will continue. But they want quash case and I forgot prison. See another news I know with, let me find it here. the auditor, the Auditor General, want asset worth millions to recover at the RADA. The loss of government asset worth tens of millions of dollars at the Rural Agricultural Development Authority has led to Auditor General Pamela Monroe Ellis making a referral to Financial Secretary Darlene Morrison for the value of the loss to be recovered in our annual report, which was tabled in Parliament last week. The Auditor General recommended to the Finance Secretary that a surcharge in the sum of 64.7 million be imposed on the account and are accountable officers for the loss. Which day from last week when I find corruption? Tell me which day. Betty Ann, good night. How you doing? Tell me which, wanna tell me. This agriculture department now under scrutiny. But that's nothing, That's nothing. In the leading up to the election, I remember how much fertilizer was given away. I remember that? Thank God you're okay. Anybody remember the fertilizer them between the time when they have a local? I remember when the truck find at the yard a let off the old container load of fertilizer. I remember when the hurricane blow a fertilizer did come as a gift. I don't remember nothing, so I don't remember the things that were going on in the country. We say the country is corrupt. You know, say, here they are the corruption. Oh, I just remember say you die, Thank God you reach back safe. We talk later. Listen, people. Dr. Alfred Das came out and were talking about the corruption. Mr. Some my labor right them I run out and I can say PMP enough to talk because this is where the country reach. After people, the nurse then see them if you walk over dead body before Mark come pick them up in the hospital, cap on the ground, then dead. And that's how bad it is. Let me tell you something. You remember it, or even you remember. I'm going to give all of you a little advice, and I'm advising myself, and if my family don't want to listen for them business. Make we see how best we can eat right and make sure we be with own doctor and nurse for ourselves. Because you don't want to reach a stage where nobody want to rush you to the hospital for say, well, maybe save your life. Me as well, me don't know if I say this, but me as well, you just stay at your yard. And it's not that some of the nurse and the doctor don't want to do well. But what am I going to do? Every ministry moral with fertilizer and I find nothing. Well, I like what the Auditor General do. She want all that missing to be retrieved. And that's what she should have mentioned under the Ministry of Health too. All that is unaccountable for must be retrieved. And give them a timeline to bring it back. We have to, we come here night after night, day after day, and try to highlight the corruption, right? And you have some of them like a surrogate where they have like a surrogate them we want to run out. Like me see this one on TikTok about Dr. Alfred Dar should have come out of contact because under the PMP doctors were wearing scandal bag or garbage bag, something like that. I don't care what no one said that happen. I say it already on my platform. Yes, once the population of a country grow, your infrastructure must grow with your population. If your infrastructure is not growing and your population is growing, you're going to run into serious problem, and that is what we are seeing. We haven't have a proper census take up in this country for how long? For some reason, So they can come out and say, oh, employment is down with the all statistic that they have. I can assure you, if a census is taken up now, you would find that there is more people that is unemployed in this country. Why is it the JCF investigating these items instead of analyzing a 4-year-old? Oh, a woman I'm putting their strength for. Auntie Jane, can't you see this is a bad government? Yeah, yeah. That's what I know, Morel. I know. Last time, no money never mess with the scandal. All right, so me talk about the scandal back. I think it was, and it wasn't an island-wide thing. I think there were some run out of equipment. I think it was public hospital that came out with it, you know. I think so. I think I could look for the article, you know. Look for the article. But me see this little crosses woman here, where say she turned from PNP and turned Labour, right? As she have it put it out. But I would have prefer bed did it for the patient and lay down pan and the doctor then they have nothing to use but garbage bag. It would have been better if people never drop out through wheelchair. It would have still better. I believe so. I believe so. So I never know say Wayne Chin. I never know say Wayne Chin was. So this ministry we're talking about, rather, is under Flight Green Ministry, the Ministry of Agriculture. Flight Green. Flight Green will break the protocols when we had the pandemic. And him and his surrogate they were having a ball. And because there was a public outcry, you know what the government do? Pull him from his seat, from his ministry, and reshuffle back in cabinet and put him right back in the cabinet. Hey, Jamaica wanna put up with too much foolishness in this place, you know. And that's why we are reap them something, you know. Another thing I want to highlight. You come like me have too much for say tonight. Lord have mercy. The United States Secretary of State make a call to the Prime Minister of Jamaica Saturday. That was in the news headline. And by today, IMF released 415 million US dollar to Jamaica. Oh, ironic. Michael, a long time I never see you, Michael. I never remember if you remember my channel. Me never see you for Christmas, me never see you for no New Year, me never see you none at all. You just throw me all away. I come here already and I say everything there 100%. And I don't expect no government to do it 100. No, that is a loan. You never say like a loan, Fergie. Fergie, me go read where there's something say and you tell me, because you know better. You just want to come explain it. Let me read back the article. Then says something about hurricane. Hold on. Where there? Oh my goodness. Oh. You tell me some last the article. But they say it's for security and hurricane relief. Hold on. Let me look back for it. You know me last is something, man. I have it on the phone on my stream live pan. Fergie. is not give away money for free. The release in loan package to help with rebuilding. It's more to the story what I was reading. Alright, I think somebody sent it to me. Me look back for it. Somebody sent, I think a Michael, you know. No, I ain't. So let me see who else. Alright. I can't find back the article. What article then, I forgot try to get my act together, you know. Because I make mistake too much. No, I'm not find it. Alright. Okay. Another thing, me say to me and Motley, she a call snap election in a fair country of Barbados. What winning there? Winning me. Winning me. One of them politicians in general here, she a try to catch her opponent off guard. According to an article Mary, them not prepared yet for the election. Because they have 1 year before the election, you know. And she a call the election. What the hell she call an election and lose it? Sometimes when you're too sure, and that reach a PNP with it too sure. It was Dr. Daz who called out the government regarding the using the plastic bag, just to show that he has got the nation interest as a. Well, me see them up take up that and I say him say one and call it out. People have to understand it how it going on. When you are patriotic, it doesn't matter if you're your party or not your party. Now. We don't want to be like the Labour right them all when they see the wrong. The people them would have never, 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 ever accept wrong. Then they have some little minions all over the place. I go draw a conclusion after this government in a power for 10 years, more than a decade. Anything go wrong, you can't draw back on PMP. You can't draw back and say the PMP did this and that over 10 years. You still blame PMP for your miss. These people are sick here, people. These people get on top of my nerves. Arlene, good night. Let me see what Fergie said. Remember in Parliament, Mark Golding made a point. Only 30 million is in grant versus the billions of dollars. Oh. I was just trying to find back the article, but the phone, I had it. Let me see if I find. Alright, yeah, me find it back here. So. The IMF provides significant financial support to Jamaica, recently approving US 415 million disbursement for hurricane recovery in January 2026, and previously large package for economic stability totaling billions over the year, including a US 968 million precautionary and liquidity line and US. So hold on. You remember all the labor right them run out and say, oh, all labor right never borrow no money from IMF. But this is what they're saying now. I wonder if they're reading it. They borrow money. Listen how it outline. Listen how the outline. Hurricane recovery, 415. So we are gonna pay back them money then. You know? We are gonna pay back the money them. So we are gonna still have to pay them back. Resilient and stability. March 2023. They get 968 million insurance against risk and US 764 million for climate resilience. Total post-hurricane package, December 25, abroad US 6.7 billion package with other institutions for post-hurricane Melissa recovery including IMF fund. In 2019 concluded a US 1.66 billion standby arrangement after strong reform led to low unemployment. 2016 approved a new loan around US 1.64 billion to support poverty reduction and job creation. Good night. Purpose of money: address shock, emergency fund for natural disaster, economic buffer, climate action, structural reform. So Jamaica now in a deeper debt for payback. So my liberate them, I rejoice and say, they got it, man, we got it. Now, who are going to monitor the, all them money where them are get, where them are doing it? Because I'm not sure, say, them are going to find some way out again for lend somebody, for say them lend some money to some private sector, and we not even going, you're not going to see nobody get nothing done. You're not going to see no road fix, you're not see no hospital, nothing, but nothing we not see. Remember me telling you. But me said, how is it the United States Secretary of State coming to this place so often? I never said they're so busy down here. I want to go on. These people come here before we election, you know. Then come here and them a secretly chat. You notice how Andre ma keeping like self quiet. But it's not new. This is how the Jamaica Labour Party from Edward Seaga days stay. They are a sellout. It works when Republican is in power. That's how they operate. They will sell us out under the quiet. We may sooner have no house here. The IMF will monitor it. And if the country does not follow the rules of the term, Jamaica will be cut out of the global market, which happened under Seaga and Bruce. And you know, so I don't want to wish bad for your country. But, you see the whole heap of corruption and something we are going in this country. Me no know if IMF should have really lend them the money, you know. Every ministry is corruption. Every one of the ministry that led by the Jamaica Labour Party is full of corruption. And uno, especially some of the son are Christian, still come out and supporting this garbage, you know. And this is what get me upset. We see, uno not even say you know wall in a corner and say nothing because you're a Christian. Uno come out and say the government doing good and we can't understand it. That is a problem. Naughty. Because when you borrow money, you know, you must invest in that money that you can see something of it at a later date. Last time I saw the country run after Andrew say, for all who run the country accountable. Mm. You don't see what going? You are saying there will be need. What will happen? It will be need to cut in the public sector because Jamaica does not have the natural resources like oil. That's why they want to bring in a robot. So the robot now will soon come in and that will cut. That's how them a plan. That's why the plan are coming for use a robot. Replace mankind. And most government place are going to use a robot. That's why never pastor. That is the scary part of it. That is the scary part of it. The people them what Christian can't say wrong for right. The robot are gonna come. Nah, I threw the hurricane come. I threw the hurricane came and switch up a plan. Make the robot then. Remember the man is if we embrace it for December gone, you know. By now, by now and March. Listen for him come back with it. I cool them, and but I try push too much things because they realize. Yeah. I just talk about that. I said Bernie, I said Bernie Bush said something in regards to AI. I think I save it. Hold on. And I find it interesting and I said,
Thanks very much for joining me to discuss a very important issue. Artificial intelligence and robotics will transform the world. It will bring unimaginable changes to our economy, our politics, warfare, foreign policy, our emotional well-being, our environment, and how we educate and raise our children. Further, unbelievable but true, there is a very real fear that in the not too distant future, a super intelligent AI could replace human beings in controlling the planet. That's not science fiction. That is a real fear that very knowledgeable people have. Despite the extraordinary importance of this issue and the speed at which it is progressing, AI is getting far too little discussion in Congress, the media, and within the general population. And that has got to change now. Several months ago, as the ranking member of the U.S. Senate Committee on Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions, I undertook an investigation regarding the monumental challenges that we face with the rapid development of artificial intelligence. And very recently, I held a public discussion at Georgetown University with Nobel Prize winner Dr. Geoffrey Hinton, considered to be the godfather of AI, the guy who really brought this subject to the place that it is now, to get his views on a wide range of AI-related subjects. Based on our investigation and other information that we are gathering, my staff and I will soon be presenting a very specific set of recommendations to Congress as to how we can begin addressing some of the unprecedented threats that AI poses. Here are just some of the outstanding questions that we intend to answer in our report. First, and maybe most importantly, who should be in charge of the transformation into an AI world? Currently, a handful of the very wealthiest people on earth, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Peter Thiel, and others, are investing many, many hundreds of billions of dollars in developing and implementing AI and robotics. Are we comfortable with seeing these enormously powerful men, handful of people, shape the future of humanity without any democratic input or oversight?
Very good question.
Is the goal of the AI
I'm
revolution
answer.
simply to make the very, very richest people on earth even richer and even more powerful? Or will this revolutionary technology be utilized to benefit all of humanity? That is the question. Who benefits from this incredible transformation of society? Why does Donald Trump who is strongly supporting these big tech oligarchs, want to impose an executive order blocking states from regulating AI? Why does Peter Thiel, the billionaire investor and co-founder of Palantir, call those who want regulations over AI, quote, legionnaires of the Antichrist, end quote? Does this elite group of multi-billionaire big tech guys really believe that they have the divine right to rule? Are we going back to the 19th century, where you had, in those days, kings and monarchs saying God gave them the right to rule? Is that what these guys are saying today? How far will they go to resist government regulation? So that's one huge issue that we've got to get deeply involved in. Further, what impact will AI and robotics have on our economy and the lives of working people? The report that I released last month found that AI, automation, and robotics could replace nearly 100 million jobs in America over the next decade, including 40% of registered nurses, 47% of truck drivers, 64% of accountants, 65% of teaching assistants, and 89% of fast food workers, among many other occupations that will be.
So our government no want to tell you that, but they want to bring it in. Listen to Bernie Sanders.
Now, Elon Musk recently said that, quote, AI and robots will replace all jobs. Working will be optional, end quote. Bill Gates predicted that humans, quote, won't be needed for most things, end quote. Dario Amodei, the CEO of Anthropic, warned that AI could lead to the loss of half of all entry-level white-collar jobs. If AI and robotics eliminate millions of jobs and create massive unemployment, how will people survive?
That me want to know
if
too.
they have no income?
That me want to know.
How do they feed their families or pay for housing or health care? Is government doing anything now to prepare for this potential economic disaster? Further, what impact will AI have on our democracy at a time when the foundations of democracy are under attack here in the United States and throughout the world?
Throughout the world. We have
Will
in a Jamaica too.
help make us become a freer, more democratic society? Or will it give even more power to the oligarchs who control the technology? Will AI result in a massive invasion of our privacy and our civil liberties?
Them invade we right now. Them invade we right now. Let me pause this little bit. It a invader right now. I was just watching a clip today and I didn't even know that and it was showing me that on our WhatsApp. If we look when we click WhatsApp, a little thing come up with AI and they show the little thing right here where you click it. It's AI on our WhatsApp. Just a little while, I was playing the clip from Instagram. And Instagram could send me back a message instantly. So these apps that we are using are AI generated to watch and spy we out. So we can't get away from it. Let me continue.
Where, quote, citizens will be on their best behavior because we're constantly recording and reporting everything that is going on, end of quote. This is the second wealthiest guy on earth investing hundreds of billions in AI. Are we reaching the stage where every phone call that we make, every email and text that we send, every bit of research we do on the internet will be available to the owners of AI? And if that is the case, how do we sustain a democracy under those conditions? How do we protect our privacy?
You now go work, how we see what we do in our election.
Further, Could AI literally redefine, and this is almost crazy stuff, very unimaginable, but could AI literally redefine what it means to be a human being?
Yes.
Who we
Yes.
are and how
Yes.
we develop emotionally and intellectually is highly dependent upon our
That's why me know,
relationships
me know say
with
something go
other
happen
human
on the
beings.
planet
Our
Earth still, you
parents,
know.
of course, our family,
God not
teachers,
allow it.
lovers, friends, and co-workers. To quote the 17th century poet John Donne, you all remember this poem, quote, "No man is an island unto himself," end quote. The human beings with whom we interact help shape us to become, for better or for worse, the people we are. But AI is in the process of changing that. According to a recent poll by Common Sense Media, 72% of U.S. teenagers say they have used AI for companionship, and more than half of them do so regularly.
What?
What does it mean? I want you to think about this. What does it mean for young people to form friendships with AI and become increasingly isolated from other human beings, spend an enormous amount of time on their screens talking to AI characters? What happens when millions around the world seek emotional support from a machine? What is the long-term impact upon our humanity
Yeah.
when our most important relationships are not with other human beings?
Whoa.
Further, what impact is AI having on our environment? AI data centers require a massive, huge amount of electricity and water. A relatively small AI data center can consume more electricity than 80,000 homes, a large one, like the $165 billion data
When I
center
hear this, when I
that
hear, I was
OpenAI
listening
and
to this, you
Oracle
know.
are building in Abilene,
It's
Texas,
important to
will
listen to
use
this.
as much electricity as 750,000 homes, one data center. Meta is building a data center in Louisiana, the size of Manhattan, that will use as much electricity as 1,200,000 homes. In community after community, Americans are fighting back against data centers being built by some of the largest and most powerful corporations in the world. They are opposing the destruction of their local environment, soaring electric bills, and the diversion of scarce water supplies.
You hear all the impact this thing will
How
have, and
will
good night.
continued construction of AI data centers impact our environment? Further, how will
Oh,
AI and robotics impact foreign policy and warfare?
that's
Now,
a it,
maybe you
you
haven't
know.
thought
Listen
about
this
that.
now.
But the reality is that,
Hi,
sadly,
Jessica.
tragically, in the midst of the 21st century, governments have not yet created a mechanism for solving international or internal disputes without armed conflict. We're seeing terrible wars taking place right now. Nonetheless, government leaders are often hesitant about going to war because of their fear of public reaction to the loss of life. No politician wants to go before his or her people and say, "Oh, sorry, we've lost thousands of dollars of young men and women." But what happens when you have robots replacing human beings in the act of warfare, where you have robot armies? What does the future look like if millions of robot soldiers replace human beings? Will leaders be more likely to engage in war or threaten military action if they don't have to
You
worry
know,
about
understand,
loss
say,
of
where them
life?
a plan.
Will there
Makes
be
sense.
literally an arms race in robots? So you can see country fighting country, not with their own human beings, not with their own soldiers, but with robots. And if you don't have to worry about losing robots as opposed to losing human beings, how will this shape foreign policies around the world? It's a big issue. Doesn't get a lot of discussion. Further, and needless to say, of some consequence, is AI an existential threat to human control over the planet. Now, some of us remember the scene. I know there have been different movies making the same point, but some of us remember that scene in that great 1968 science fiction film, 2001, A Space Odyssey, in which HAL, the super intelligent computer that controlled
So
the
a long
spaceship,
time them planned this, you know.
rebels against its human masters. Today, as AI makes rapid progress, Dr. Jeffrey Hinton recently told me that it was only a matter of time before AI becomes smarter than human beings. Now, what's the impact of that? Does that raise the possibility that humans will actually lose their ability to control the planet? And if that becomes a possibility,
Now go happen.
how
That the part that
how
now
do
go
we
happen though.
stop that extraordinary threat? And let me just tell you, these are just some, underline some, of the questions that must be answered as AI and robotics rapidly progress. So remember, these guys are spending hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars. There are breakthroughs almost every day. AI and robotics are revolutionary technologies that will bring about an unprecedented transformation of society. Will these changes be positive and improve life for ordinary Americans, or will they be disastrous? In my view, Congress
Bernie
must
Sanders.
act now. We've got to
Bernie
start answering
Sanders.
these questions and other
Senator
questions. We need to
Bernie
have a
Sanders of the
national
United
discussion.
States. Very
This is a
intelligent
huge
man.
issue. And maybe the people on top, the billionaires who control the technology, want us to ignore it. But for the future of our world, our kids, the environment, etc., this is an issue that cannot be ignored. So we're going to work together. Look forward to hearing from you about this issue. But let's go forward in attempting to answer some of these questions. So thank you all very much.
Jessica, teenagers don't know how to interact in social setting because they're used to being on the internet. They get anxious when they have to interact with people. So Bernie Sanders is correct. How are we going to navigate this? But I believe, you see, today after I listened to the clip, I was thinking, and I'll get back to the book of Genesis after the flood. And when Nimrod said want to build a tower to reach the heavens,
Thanks for
he want to build a tower to reach the heavens. You know what happened? You think he's independent? Oh, you see? You know, today I was thinking too. Today I never leave the house. After I finish my morning thing, and I was going in the town and about, I just never feel like I want to. It was a day, today was a day when I never feel that I don't sick, but I never have no drive for even go bathe myself, put on clothes and for drive out of the yard. And I do a lot of little read up and look at some things today. And for some reason, the AI thing, when I come across it, draw my interest. And I say, oh my God, it seems like it's only the older people really and truly are looking into this AI thing. The younger generation is going to embrace it. You hear what my son tell me? Anytime Andrew bring in the robot, him a buy one where for clean the house. We can clean and a laziness this now, you know. A laziness less now. Laziness. Him want one we can clean the house and wash and them something like. But when not understand, here what Bernie Sanders is saying, it is going to burn more electricity and use water more than what we would use. So this is where they're going to make money. I don't know see what I'm going. I wonder if I really listen to what I just played a while ago. I wonder if you all take time out to listen. I tell you guys that the downfall of the planet what happened when no, but I think you program the robot though, you know. Mankind have to program them still, you know. They can't program themselves. What going oh my God, Morel? That's the very question Bernie Sanders is asking if people are looking into it. And him don't hear anybody go to the Senate to talk about it. Even it's only two little couple old lady, you know. Last week one day was passing again and I see them with their little placard saying no robot in Jamaica. You're not hearing nobody else talk about a robot. That's why you have to go plant food, because that's the only way you're going to survive. AI can speak their own language. But I was reading something that say it's man of his program the robot though. So if I buy a robot and I want my house for clean, you have to program it and tell him what to do. Dust, cook. And people who are taught this, the more you give them work for do, the more current you use. Because the battery that is in them, I hear it has to be powered from electricity. It won't last. But let me tell you something. It no matter where man want. I see another one. Let me show you. China. This is what China is there now showing the world. That robots will be having babies. See it here? They're going to make it with a womb. And I don't know where them I get communicate them. They want to tell you what's going to happen because they want it. Listen. Mankind, that's why the woman couldn't answer the question and it's something virgin. Mankind nah give it, no want if it look like the science now work. Christopher Starr, what city are you from? Why? Why you asking me that question? You never come on and say good night or nothing. You just come on and ask me where I'm from. Me not tell you because I'm afraid you're going to come for me. I'm afraid you'll come for me, brother. Me not tell you where me come from. Me no want you come for me. You're just wondering. But what that have to do with what that have to really do with you though? Why you just ask that? Is it because we're talking about AI? Are you on AI? But we have to talk about it because we want to know what will happen to we human beings because Maybe we never can get no more husband and them something there. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But out of fun and joke now, make we put fun and joke aside. We now want serious time in the world. A wall kind of stuff. It's just like everything just happen one behind the other, one behind the other, one behind the other. That's what we are seeing in the world. And what we are seeing in our country. One behind the other, one behind the other, one behind the other. Everything just a go one way. So back to our story now. Our country now get better. It getting worse. I'm following all of these new developments in the AI world. To see where we are going, where we are heading. Well, who to tell Fergie that the hurricane wasn't a good opportunity for them? You know, notice how them use the JPS as a political tool. And if you notice what they are doing also, they buy some generators, standby, something like what them use power. Cause although the grid they not fix it, you know. AI not going to do well for the country them will get hurricane a year time. You hear me I tell you? And it's not going to work out for these countries. The Caribbean, it not going to work for it. Let me tell you now what going to happen on the planet. Anytime mankind want to get too up in a God business, something is going to happen. Remember that I am telling you tonight. Well, and I must say I go build nuclear power plant. No must that them I do. I must that them I do. Fergie. Another lady have something to say, I'm going to play it.
Five men in America, Elon Musk, Larry Ellison, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, and Larry Page, control more than $1.5 trillion. That's more wealth than half of humanity combined. Think about that. Billions of people struggling to survive, while five men sit on fortunes so massive they could end hunger, fix housing, and revolutionize healthcare, and still be rich beyond imagination. And yet, what are too many Americans being convinced of? That immigrants are the problem. Not the billionaires hoarding generational wealth. Not corporations dodging taxes. Not a political system designed to protect the rich. No, we're told it's the people crossing borders to feed their families. This is by design. The billionaire class and their bought and paid for politicians need a distraction. They need scapegoats. Because if people ever woke up and realized the true theft, the theft of wages, of housing, of opportunity, this system would crumble overnight. So they push the lie. Immigrants are taking your jobs. Wrong. Corporations are outsourcing, automating, and exploiting workers to maximize profit. They say immigrants drain resources. Wrong again. Billionaires stash trillions in offshore accounts while schools, hospitals, and social programs starve. They tell you, protect the border. But
True.
what really needs protection is your paycheck, your health care, your future from the ultra rich who treat this country like their personal ATM. Let's be real. No immigrant has ever caused a housing crash. No undocumented immigrant has rigged the stock market or written the tax code that lets billionaires pay less in taxes than you and me. That's billionaires. That's politicians controlled by the billionaires. That's the system. But here's the trick. They keep us divided. If working people are busy fighting over borders and languages, we're not uniting to fight the real enemy, concentrated wealth and power. So let's make it make sense. Five men, control more wealth than half the world.
Wow.
Meanwhile, millions are told to
A
blame
sudden
immigrants
rich
instead
man?
of billionaires. That's not just a lie, it's a weapon. And it's time we stop falling for it. Because the truth is, immigrants aren't the problem. Billionaire greed is. And until we shift our anger upward instead of sideways, we'll keep playing a rigged game where the rich always win while we keep mistaking survival for freedom.
That is so true. That is so true. That's what happened in Jamaica. We are too divided that we can't see the politics. We're so divided. All when the truth surface in our face because we are politically on one side. We can't see. We're blind. We are blind. Ivy, good night. Unless Jamaica is going to be okay. Me read that already. Alright, me wonder you talk from night. Me go open the phone lines now and give you a chance to call in. And you can give your input.
While we keep mistaking survival for freedom.
I see this little clip, but you having some bad word in it. Now some, you having one bad word in it. I love play them something because people are going to say, oh, she over there play a bad word. Alright, so I open the phone line now. And I can see why this thing every time my phone ring, me not hear. Me say if it down low. Go ahead, or you can call the show now. Sharing the discussion with all we are going in the world and in Jamaica everywhere.
While we keep mistaking.
Anybody want to call in? Look at this. AI picking orange. So all the farm worker on the soon have no job. Watch her. Picking more orange than hey. What a world. I will sing the song there. What kind of world? What kind of world are we living in? There we go again. Tonight, me just want to go. Because I know I'm not paying no attention to that something, you know.
To resolve. Because when a nation is built on white supremacy and then never tells the full truth about that foundation, it doesn't disappear. It mutates, it upgrades, it gets rebranded as law and order, states' rights, border security, anti-woke parents' rights, protect the children, DEI is racism, we're being replaced. But the mission stays the same. Preserve hierarchy, preserve white control, preserve the lie that some people deserve more America than others. And the reason it feels so aggressive right now is because this country is experiencing what it always experiences the moment black people, immigrants, women, queer people, and the working class start pushing too close to real power. Backlash. That backlash isn't just emotional, it's structural. It shows up as voter suppression and election manipulation,
Thank you,
court stacking
Lincoln.
and judicial capture, criminalizing
Thank you.
protests, rewriting history in schools, banning books, targeting educators, rolling back women's
Thank you,
rights,
Lincoln
demonizing
Brian.
black progress as division, turning citizenship into a privilege instead of a right. And here's the part people do not want to hear. America never repented. It never atoned. It never fully confronted slavery, genocide, and the terror campaign that followed emancipation. Because white supremacy wasn't a side effect of America. It was a feature. So now the original sin is collecting interest. What we're seeing is the unpaid moral debt coming due. And the people who benefited from the system are panicking because they can feel the demographic and cultural ground shifting underneath them. A country that never confronts white supremacy will eventually become a hostage of it. Because what you don't heal, you repeat. And what you don't repent from, you defend.
This leads me to say something about another discussion.
Want to hear wisdom?
But I'm going to do a 21-day health challenge.
Walking makes you old.
Why is Earth in 300?
Came here to look in green.
Donald Trump is the single biggest threat to black people in this country. And the U.S. Department of Education's quiet degree downgrade is yet another example that proves exactly why. Because while Trump is out here promising revenge, retribution, and a return to the old America, the systems that orbit him are already moving against black progress behind closed doors. Here's what they do not want you to notice. In a silent bureaucratic sweep, the Department of Education has reclassified and downgraded a long list of professional degrees, many of the same degrees black people have relied on for decades to enter the middle class. Degrees in education, social work, counseling, public administration, criminal justice, and health administration. The community building degrees, y'all, the caregiving degrees, the degrees black women earn in huge numbers, the same degrees that help black families survive and that anchor entire black communities. And overnight, without a single vote, without a single hearing, the federal government basically said, these aren't advanced degrees anymore. No explanation, no transparency, absolutely no accountability. Just a technical reclassification that now gives employers, agencies, and institutions permission to treat black professionals as less qualified, less specialized, and less competitive, even when the work requires more expertise, not less. Let's be honest about the impact. Black women are the most educated demographic in America and the most indebted. We hold these degrees in massive numbers. We depend on them for promotions, pay bands, leadership roles, and long-term economic stability. So when the DOE downgrades these degrees, they're not reorganizing paperwork. They're shrinking black earning power. They're closing black leadership pipelines. They are weakening the black middle class. And they're quietly widening the racial wealth gap without ever having to say the word race. This is targeted harm dressed up as administrative updates. This is how you attack black progress without writing a single racist law. So let me leave you with this. Donald Trump does not need to say the N-word to be dangerous. The systems he empowers are already gutting black progress behind closed doors. 92% girl.
A whole heap of things are going in our world, man. Jesus have mercy. Think of Uncle Jamaica alone. All over. But we not follow it. You see, when I came out here and spoke about politics, I can remember, man, the church, some of them, every minute you see them on the platform under my name. Think you're Christian, think you're Christian. I don't never, but the whole I not pay attention now. I not cuss out now. It's too late. The world is a complete mess right now. Here, the world is in a mess right now. A complete mess.
Chang told CVM News, while cleanup efforts have begun, cleanup efforts have started along Sigree Street in Savannah Lamar, Westmoreland, where the main roadway was blocked by debris, fallen utility poles, and stagnant water since Hurricane Melissa. Councillor for the Savannah Lamar Division, Julian Chang, told CVM News, while cleanup efforts have begun, the work is not yet completed. Carla Ramdeen picks up that report. This was Degree Street, just ahead of the turn of the year. The road, which was previously submerged by stagnant water and debris,
All over
was
country
tadpole
people shall
infested.
know them.
Today, as a result of work,
I'll know people are complaining, say. Them not come clean up then if some year and I get no clean up yet. I soon 3 months after a hurricane, you know. No garbage truck not come pick up nothing. So them a wait for the people then for find money, pay a truck, forgot. Me tell you, say me tired, man. Me never know if I say again, eh? Me tired. I am tired. Cause come attack and we can't even help. We can't even do nothing. And more we talk then come out and say a lie we tell. I never use one trick now. Anytime people come out and talk, then they run go do a problem and say, I lie people I tell. So we not even reach nowhere with nothing. Me don't know. People on call in and tell. Somebody come help me now. Frederick come over here tonight because me need some help because me don't know if I say or do ya, man.
result of work led by PNP Council. There is all.
Did you know that Gaddafi in Libya, nobody is homeless? Listen, everybody in Libya has either a home or an apartment. They call it a flat. Did you know education in Libya is free from kindergarten through college? And did you know that if a Libyan wanted to come to America to be educated, the government in Libya paid for their education? Did you know that? I was there when he opened a $500 million hospital with 18 theaters for operation. I was there, and we went when he was making their own medicines. See, this was a man that gave free medical attention to all the citizens of Libya. And if Libya did not offer that kind of medical attention, they could fly anywhere in the world and get it. And the Libyan government would pay for it. Did you know that? No, you didn't. Did you know that from the oil money, every Libyan citizen got a stipend every year? And did you know that that man had no debt? Everything in his country was paid for. See? Now, when you got a man that did that for an African nation and was trying to do that for all Africa, how do you think Europe felt about it? Did you know that Gaddafi in Libya?
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why. Go over there again, man. Look again. Type in my name. I see if you're not see me live. You're not showing me live. Alright, me I go start it back over. They're going to end it and start it over. That's weird, on. Alright, let me say something. Oh, the internet in a Fergie. Internet gone. Internet gone. My internet gone. Oh, so what you mean the internet gone, you know? Alright, so let me see if I internet now. Alright, check now. Check now and tell me if you see it, Fergie. Alright, yeah, our internet. I'm there sit down and never even notice that, you know. A good things and I wanted upon this something there. Yeah. Alright, me see you now. Good night, Fergie.
Good night, Auntie Jen. Good night, everyone. Yeah, that was weird. I couldn't find you. I'm like, that's weird. I'm like, normally when you're live, I could see you, but
Yeah. It was the
but
internet.
yeah. So AI and robots will be taking us over for a little bit.
Nothing can outplace human being where God put on the planet here. You hear me I tell you? It no matter what.
I know. Auntie Jen, the universe will correct itself.
You're right.
It will correct itself.
And nature will correct it too.
Yeah, but the AI, I mean, Bernie Sanders, I love him. He's an amazing senator that we have here. And he's really actually very popular with the young folks, like young, like the 20s and 30-year-olds, even teenagers. He's like really popular. But he's right. He's absolutely right. We don't know what AI will do, and it's humans who are going to program it, right?
Yes.
And we don't know. I don't need to sound so cynical, but nowadays, given how the world is a complete, utter mess of what's going on in the world,
it's a mess.
Any programming, I'm going to say, is not going to be good for the population at large.
So what you think about China?
It's going to go.
China make robots for have babies.
That's insane. I've never seen anything like that. I honestly, that is the weirdest thing I've ever. Unbelievable. And you see what gets me? This is what puzzles me, and this is what bothers me. So they have enough brain power and mind power to develop these robots and AI. But Auntie Jen, they can't develop a medication to cure cancer after all these decades. So we can develop nuclear weapons, easy. That's easy now. We can develop AI, we can develop robots to do all these things. But you mean to tell me in all these decades, you can develop a treatment to cure cancer with all that knowledge?
Something wrong.
Right. And the people, and I'm not talking Jamaicans now, this is like the world, the globe. And the people don't see anything wrong with that. To say, hey, wait a second. You have all this knowledge to develop all this technology, all this info, like you have this smarts, but you can't develop a cure for cancer or to treat cancer effectively without the poison of chemo and radiation going. Come on now. Come on. But you could develop a nuclear weapon in a week.
Chemo and radiation really work though?
Anti-Gen, it's poison. It's poison. It's unfortunate. It's chemo. Chemo kills the good cells. Yeah, it works on the cancer, but it also kills the good cells in your body. So it's not like it only kills the cancer and leave your good cells alone. They haven't developed it where it only attacks the cancer and keep your good cells intact.
That's
so
why.
at the end of the day,
you get weaker.
It kills you.
Yeah.
It kills both the bad cells, but it also kills the good cells. Like it's killing everything.
So may as well you just stay and dead.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, people, should fight, and it depends on your DNA, depends on your genes. You might be the lucky one to fight it out. I have one of my best friends. She is fighting cancer. She was stage 4 ovarian cancer like 10 years ago. Let me knock on wood. She is still alive and still fighting. But it's a fight, it's a fight, it's a fight, it's a fight. It's not something that, you just get it and you think you're over it, and no, it comes back. It's in your genes, unfortunately. But you see, the mind of these folks, they concentrate on things like getting robots to replace humans, getting AI to help do your job, but they won't use that intelligence to find cures to these chronic diseases that have been around for decades. Cancer just didn't pop out of like 10 years ago or 20 years ago. It's been around for, I'm sure, centuries, not even decades, centuries.
But when I grew up, I never hear about cancer.
I heard about it growing up. I mean, we knew friends who, they suffered from it, and they've,
Well, in the country where me grew up, I never hear nothing about it.
It's always been around.
Mainly, let me tell you, in the 90s, me start hearing more and more about.
But the thing is, why don't these people use their intelligence to do something good? Because AI, Anti-Gen, I don't think you realize, right? Yeah, man will program it and robots and everything. My colleague at work, one of his neighbors is a computer engineer, and his colleague told him that this is going to be very dangerous because he and another colleague of his, this was way before AI became popular, they built an AI model. He built one, and the other person at his work built another one. So they started to do certain tasks, and then he said the two AIs created their own language, their own computer language, that they themselves couldn't decipher. After 2 months of operating, they're seen and operate together, they created their own language that they said the two of them and no one in the firm could decipher what language these two AIs were speaking to each other.
So how that
So they had to that's exactly what happens. They evolve. Evolution.
You are saying that
And they had to
they
shut it down.
You're saying to me further that the robot developed their own language?
Their own language.
That sound really. I mean, I say, I'm not saying you're incorrect, but it sounds sort of odd for me believe.
They can, because if you build it a certain way, Auntie Jen, they will develop their own language at the end of the day. That us humans, will not be able to decipher what they're saying to each other. Remember that kid was playing chess with a robot? I forgot which country, and the robot, damaged the kid. I think it might have been in China.
So the robot. But now you program a robot.
Exactly, Auntie Jan. You program it, but they may have the ability to create their own language. And this is why it's dangerous. That's why I said to you, Auntie Jan, I wrote, I'm like, you better be careful getting a robot in the house because it may turn on you and want to beat everyone in that house.
Well, now robot not coming at this house as long as my eye open.
Because I said, oh, you better be careful. This robot may tell it, oh, I need you to sweep under that table. You miss a spot. And it may turn around and give you a beating.
Jessica is saying she never hear a story where you talk about. I never hear it either. About
No, she said, I've heard that story before. No, they can develop, they have the potential for developing their own language. In computer terms, not, English or whatever.
Okay. No, me understand you. So,
right.
Is it language?
In computer language.
Is it language or
sound?
They can develop. Is it language or sound? Is it a language or is it a sound they make?
No, it's a language, but it's in computer terminology. So it's not English or Spanish, but they develop their own computer programming. It could be dangerous. It can be good because we use AI at my job in certain regards. It can be good. Like, it does help. I am not going to deny that.
So what kind of work a robot do?
So what it does, like, for example, if we have Zoom business meetings, we have AI in it, and we can record the meeting, and then we can use AI to now summarize the meeting notes. So what I said, you said on the Zoom, it summarizes everything. What are the next steps? We've used it in terms of doing evaluations to say, okay, please make it professionally sounding, and it does that. So it does help.
Oh, Jessica is saying coding is a language. It made code.
Right. Yeah, Jessica is right. It's coding. So they may, not, I don't know the whole thing, but they may make their own coding that the people who created it may not understand what coding they're doing.
So Billy said that is a sign from God for it to turn people in an idiot.
I was just about to say, Auntie Jan, it's not even a sign to turn people into idiots, because to be honest with you, the way how the world is going now, a lot of people are idiots. I'm sorry. I know I sound so cynical and negative, but the way how everything is going nowadays across the globe, a lot of people are idiots. I'm sorry.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you because they don't sit down as I see the clip that I just played, the lady was saying, to help humanity. Them all got to think about some out of the box thing.
Right, right. It's not to help humanity. Most of, and
Exactly,
Bernie Sanders is
Douglas.
right. These five men control the most wealth across the globe. Okay? And while I'm not wealthy, but I know for a fact that wealth is not a finite number, it's infinite.
Mm-hmm.
But these guys, in their heads, those five guys, they think it's a finite number. So they have to collect the most.
They need to.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Right? They're not looking at wealth as infinity. To say, okay, I have 300 and something $billion. Okay. But in their heads, they're thinking there's only $2 trillion available, and I need to have the most out of that 2 trillion. Not knowing, and I think they do know, but they just don't want to say it, that 2 trillion could be 10 trillion, could be 50 trillion. It's infinite, but yeah, they think it's a finite number. That's how they operate their business, Angie Chan.
Mm. So the one with him, Zuckerberg, our him on Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
him on Facebook.
Yes, he owns Facebook and Instagram. So it's all owned by him. So
Oh,
Facebook
Inst.
and Instagram,
So
yeah, he owns that.
which one of them own YouTube?
YouTube, that one I don't know. Funny enough, I don't know who owns YouTube. I thought he was gonna try and buy YouTube, but I don't think it went through.
So who own TikTok?
Funny enough, TikTok is owned by the Singaporean guy. The guy that, remember, the U.S. was trying to shut it down
Yeah.
for the U.S. because it said, oh, it's Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
But the guy is technically Singapore. He's Singaporean.
I remember check Google and find out who own. Who is the
Yeah,
owner?
that one I
Who is
don't
the
know
owner
who
of
owns YouTube.
YouTube?
I think Zuckerberg was trying to buy YouTube at one point.
It says YouTube is an American social media and online video sharing platform owned by Google. YouTube was founded February
Okay,
14th.
owned by Google. Okay.
Yeah. So who own Google now? So let me type in who own Google. Somebody have to own Google.
Well, Google is a public company. So Google, it's public, just like
You have to have somebody
Meta.
behind it. Who own Google?
At the top?
No, it'll give me a different answer. Hold on. Who is the owner of Google?
Yeah, there's not one owner, Auntie Jen. It's public. It's a public company.
All right, so
you won't
it's
have
owned
one
by
owner.
its parent company, Alphabet Inc.
Yes.
With major stakeholder. Institutional investors like Vanguard, BlackRock.
Right.
Significant.
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah.
So when
So it's a public company. It's owned by multiple
so it's like
institutions.
more people that like a shares thing.
You got it. You got it. It's owned by Alphabet, which is owned by multiple shareholders. Google, I think their president, I think he's like this Indian guy who's the president.
Somebody
I
leadership.
could be wrong.
Sundar Pichai.
Yeah, Pichai. Yeah, yeah. He's been the CEO.
But when I use up the apps, them I never know who own them.
Ah.
Good thing me come to this things like I'm just a learn. Since I want to learn over this channel, we are for the educate. We educate, we inform. He's a billionaire,
Right.
you know. Yes, Sundar Pichai.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's a huge. Yeah, he's pretty huge.
Mm.
And TikTok is owned, they're not public. TikTok is owned by the Singaporean guy. I think his name is Shu Shu, something like, I can't pronounce the Chinese or Singaporean names.
All right, me put it in and then we will find it.
He's a young guy. He looks young to me anyway. Anyone under 15
Who
looks
is the
young to
owner
me.
of TikTok? TikTok is owned by ByteDance, a Chinese technology company, founded by Zhang Yingming, with significant ownership held by global institution investors. The founder is Zhang Yingming. It is privately held with major stakeholders, so more than one people now.
Yeah. That's private. They're not public. TikTok is not public.
Oh, the name are private. Somebody was just saying, Zangzar Zohari said the wealthiest people them name not call. So
Yeah.
So the world could have better if all the rich people them. So you know what? We're gonna help the planet of all poor people. The world would have nice, you know.
I know, but Auntie Jen, unfortunately, poor people don't have that mind power or that intellect to think outside of the box. They think inside of the box because what these rich people have done is to say to the poor people, if you work hard like me, you can be rich like me. So they will always tear each other down, the poor people. Because you could be rich like me. I know it's a whole gimmick, and I'm like, yeah, that's not the case. Right? You have advantages, you have privileges, and you have bought some of your privileges and you have bought some of your advantages. So the poor person on the road, they're not going to have those privileges. But they have brainwashed these people to the extent that,
Good night,
hey,
Maureen.
if you do like me, you could do well. And then these poor people, Auntie Jan, okay, they get a little monies in their coins. What did they run out and buy? I want to get a big house. I have to have that big house.
Yeah.
And I have to have that expensive car.
You're right.
Okay. Instead of saying to themselves, take a look at, you know who you should follow, and he's very great, he's retiring. Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett is a huge-time billionaire. Run one of the most powerful companies in the world. He's retiring. And Warren Buffett lives in a very simple house. Very simple. Auntie Jen, this man is a billionaire, and he lives in the most simple house you can ever imagine. Driving his old car. Okay? And the man is filthy rich. That's a guy you should look up. And he lives like that. He did not raise his kids to have, he could build 20, 30, 50, a million mansions across. The man has the most simple house. Driving this old car. And I think he's like, I don't know how old is he? He might just hit 90. Because he's retiring this year. Right? Yeah, he's 95. He's retiring this year. He's worth $146 billion.
Whoa.
And lives in a very simple house in the Midwest of America. So he doesn't even live in like a exclusive apartment in Manhattan.
So him not live like in the suburbs. Him not living in the suburbs.
I think he's in the suburbs of his town. It's some Midwest. I forgot where I think it's Nebraska. He lives in one of those Midwestern towns. Midwestern states, I should say. He lives in the suburbs. I'm not saying he doesn't have a nice house. He has a nice house, but he doesn't have a mansion.
He's smart.
Okay. He doesn't have the man can afford to buy several buildings, apartments, houses in the most expensive real estate in America tends to be in New York City. Okay? The next will be California. And the next would probably be Florida, southern Florida. The man has his one simple house in I think it's Nebraska or Iowa. He lives in one of those states. One simple house. He's not building some crazy mansion in Beverly Hills or owns some like high-rise exclusive apartment in Manhattan. He keeps it very simple, and the man is filthy rich. But you see these other folks convince these poor guys, oh, if you're entrepreneurial like me, you can make it rich. You're not going to make it rich. I'm telling you right now. Those folks are using you
True.
as opportunists.
That's exactly what she said again. My little friend is.
What have we become pearl clutching? America didn't just suddenly lose its way. This is the way. An empire built on genocide, slavery, and war does not accidentally arrive at state violence. It perfects it. Century over century, decade over decade, year over year, day by day. ICE killing Renee Good is not a glitch in the system. It's the system doing exactly what it was designed to do. Enforce power through fear, force, and racial hierarchy. And let's be very, very clear here. Black people have been telling y'all this is America for generations. Through chains, through Jim Crow, through redlining, through mass incarceration, through police violence, through ICE raids. You didn't listen. You called it exaggeration. You called it divisive. You called it playing the race card. Trump did not invent the cruelty. He perfected it though and removed the mask. So no, do not ask, how did we get here? Ask why you ignored the very people who have never had the luxury of not being here. Empires do not collapse into brutality. They revert to it when challenged. If you're shocked now, it's not because America changed. It's because you chose not to believe us. The question isn't what have we become? It's what are you going to do now that you can't unsee it?
Whoa.
Yeah, she's right. She's absolutely right.
Wow.
And you see, America is everything is based on race.
Jessica is saying the man you're talking about. Read Jessica comment. She said he gave away millions of dollars and his children have to work. Daughter asked him for money to do something simple. He told her, get a loan from the bank.
Oh yeah, Jessica is right. Yeah. Warren Buffett does not play. Yeah, she's right. She's absolutely right. He's not playing. He's not raising his children. He raised those children. No. You will have to work. You're not because I'm rich. You're just gonna sit there and no. She's right, and she's right. Yeah, it's his first house that he bought in 1958. So Auntie Jan, think about that. He bought his first house in 1958, and that's it. The man could buy, I can't even tell you, the mansions, and he hasn't.
But he still have a dead left for money.
But for the money, he's given a lot of that away to charity.
So he give to charity, but he not give his own children.
Well, I'm sure, Auntie Jen, men of that wealth, they probably do have their children set up. I think his children do get a share of his company, not the majority, but I think I think he has foundations, so I'm sure his children would be perfectly fine. I'm sure, and he has raised, because I follow some of his children, and they're very charitable. Like, I think one of his sons run one of his foundations. Like, yeah, they're not in the limelight, which they could be. They could be in the limelight. Going to these exclusive events in the Hamptons and going to
Jessica.
Paris and going to Milan for fashion show. You don't see his children are not like that. From what I've seen, his children are so far from that. They seem humble. They just seem very humble because that's how he's raised them. Like, yeah, daddy's wealthy, daddy's rich, but you're not just gonna come here and take daddy's money and squander it.
So back to for Jamaica.
Like some of these other rich kids.
Yeah, Jamaica story now.
Yeah.
The Auditor General say some money were missing from the RADA must be returned. What you have to say on that?
They need to get those to the JCF. Why is the JCF investigating those things? I don't get it. Like I said, Auntie Jen, so what? JCF doesn't investigate those, but you're going to unalive a 4-year-old kid? Come on. Come on.
Are the fraud scratch? No, should I call in?
Someone needs to, like, come on now. Are you... And people think this is normal? This is okay?
Well, the labor right then Billy say okay.
No, but you see, again, you could tell a labor right from a non-labor right. A labor right is always looking for opportunity. They're the biggest opportunists, whether it's legal or illegal. They're always looking for an opportunity, Auntie Jen.
You're right.
You can always tell a labor right. If you chat with people and they start coming up with some scheme and how to get money, they're a labor right.
Yo, you check them out. You know them too?
Yeah.
Oh. You're perfectly right on that. Jinal them. Scammer them.
Always talking about some scheme. And you're like, what? Where are you getting this from? And then when you try to get to the bottom of it, they can't explain it to you. I can tell you. So, Auntie Jen, remember they had the whole pyramid scheme in the 80s.
Yes.
And we were living here in America, and someone came to my parents, and they were like, "Oh, if you get us 10,000 US dollars, which back then is a lot of money. 10,000 US, you can get within, like, what was it? Like a month? In a month, you could get 20,000. Okay, you could double your money. But what they didn't realize, my parents are not labor rights, so they don't think along those lines. But my mom is an accountant. And then my mom started questioning, like, where is the source that you're going to get that I give you 10,000? Like, where is it invested? Where is it going? Oh, this 10,000 is going to pay out these 5 other people. And then when you bring in all these other people, they're going to pay $5,000 each. And you're going to get 20,000. And I remember my mom turned to my dad and said, this, not happening. No lie. Auntie Jen, a year later, they locked up the guy in the U.S.
Whoa.
For the pyramid scheme. It was a huge pyramid scheme. Huge.
We're always afraid of them because one time, one brother introduced me and tell me, said, go in a cash plus, man. You're going to make double your money and triple your money. Boy, it's not that somebody will love take bait, A good thing me ain't going at the cash plus because no time after me here say lockdown.
Right, yeah. Cash plus was a huge pyramid scheme. Huge.
Me going to one other one where somebody
Huge.
invite me in one something them did I sell. One coffee named Gamma Derma, something like that. Gamma Derma coffee. And me not know where they put in that coffee, but it make you feel like you can't work, so if you're tired and them something there. But it's a pyramid scheme to hey, mankind tricky, you know, man. The only time you can go in a one pyramid scheme, you see, you say if you're a part of the when it start,
At the start, that's the only
if
way.
and when you hear about it when you down at the bottom, nobody join it.
No.
But I don't
And
think
I remember,
I don't think the pyramid scheme will work that much now. People start to get sensitive to it. Kind of matter when
well,
nobody.
yeah, it does. It doesn't work because there's no beginning and there's no end. They're gonna be losers at the end.
One other time somebody invite me to one from where clothesline name again, man. Them in Florida. And them did came and keep a seminar and say, you know, I join up with it, you know. And I get on people, you know, and I make money. You see when I forget my pay, then say they send it and I can't get the pay all now. Me just stop.
Nope.
I want to
Nope.
buy name or something, man. They sell a body trainer and they sell some juice and all kind of something. Them do. But it's a pyramid
And you
scheme.
gotta bring you gotta bring in all these people.
Right.
If you join.
If you join.
Right?
In order for you to make money.
You have to bring all these people in.
I'm trying that first part. I'm trying that first part, and when they say they send it, I say no, we not get none of them keep at a lying. I find out say general them, me just pull you out of it.
Okay.
So nobody can come tell me about no pyramid scheme again. Neither, nothing at all.
No. You will never.
Not the way you have to sign up other people for make you get commission. Nobody not invite me to it.
Commission. Thank you. Thank you. I refuse. I don't do it. Someone was trying to get me into like these vacation schemes.
All right. Just the other day,
joined...
one doctor lady introduced it to my son. And my son come home and tell me about selling airline ticket. I said, nobody good, but you have to sign up people. I said, nobody with it. Anything where you have to sign up, nobody with it.
Yep. Auntie Jen, there you go. That was exactly what my mother did, like when my dad, because he knew my dad and he was talking to my dad and he's like, oh, get 10,000, you'll get 20,000 in a month. And my mother is like, well, how are you getting 20,000 in a month? Like, how is this possible?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you got to bring in 5 other people. They'll bring this monies in, and then you're going to get paid out and stuff. My mother's like, no, this doesn't make any sense. Like, what are you talking about? She's like, you are not taking $10,000 out of the bank. And this is in the 80s. Again, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And you are going to take 10,000 US dollars that you worked and saved up for, that you're going to give to this person, and now you have to bring in, I think my dad would have to brought in like 5 other people, and they would have to bring... My mom said, no, this is a scam. She's like, but she had the smart, she's an accountant, so she knew.
Yeah.
Off the bat.
So
she was like, how are they getting the funds?
Nobody can introduce me to none of them something because me no know. Me come sit down on it. Me take it all day and sit down on YouTube. Me better off.
Yeah, because I when they introduced me to this vacation plan thing, and I'm supposed to try and bring in more people into it, and if you book a vacation with them and you stay here, I would get payout, and then they would invite, and I'm like, what? No. I'm like, this is a total scam, because I'm gonna join, and then it wasn't free to join, so it wasn't even like I could
That is another thing. They want you pay for join it. Anybody want me pay for join it? I see them on TikTok with a whole heap of it going.
I gotta pay to join, It was like, oh, you pay 1,000. It was like 1,000 at the time, and oh, you could get to stay at all these resorts over the place. And I told them, I said, listen, my resorts that I go to, they don't have timeshare. They don't deal with these sort of things. So getting me to sign up is impossible because I don't go to those places, to be honest. So I'm good. You can't get me to join. And they were trying so hard. So I would have to pay them 1,000, and then I still would have to pay for the vacation, but somewhat it would be discounted if I could bring like 5 other people to sign up for it. So I'm like, this is a pyramid scheme. I'm like, yeah, I don't work with pyramid schemes.
Well,
But you see, Auntie Jan, these are the schemes that the lab rats, I'm going to call them lab rats, like to do. It's all about scheming, and it's about an opportunity. This is an opportunity. No.
so as I hear that, them I get 415 million and all from IMF. What do you think them are going to do?
They're not. Well, FYI, it's a loan, Auntie Jan, or credit facility, whatever they want to call it. So they won't say it's a loan. It's a credit facility. So basically, they could draw down on $415 million, which comes with terms. They're going to have to pay it back. Remember, Mark Golding made it a point to ask the Minister of Finance when they came out with, oh, we got $6 billion, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, so how much of that are grants? Oh, 30 million. So out of 6-point-something billion, only 30 million is grants. So if it's a grant, you don't have to pay it back, right? It's just a grant, it's a donation, basically. So out of 6-point-something billion US dollars you have access to, only 30 million are in grants. Everything else, Auntie Jen, mark my words, it's a loan. The IMF does not give out free monies. Okay.
So they're not getting a donation to the country.
$30 million. That's all Jamaica got in grants. The opposition leader confirmed that in Parliament with the Minister of Finance when they came out with that big announcement.
You can't even follow Flavor, you know, because fair statement is not too correct.
I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt, which I'm surprised because she is a smart woman. She went to some of the the finest universities in the world. Like, you cannot get into those universities being dumb. So I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. She did confirm it's $30 million in grants. So the rest of those billions of dollars will be in loan packages. So basically, Jamaica can draw down on 415 million US dollars when they're ready to start to rebuild for the hurricane. IMF is not giving you money. IMF does not give out monies.
Well, make we see where them are going to build.
Well, I mean, JPS, they where is that? Where are they with JPS?
Well, Mark did ask a question last week and still never get no answer because Daryl Valls never answered.
Okay.
So we have to just wait and see. But
so what are they doing with the roads? What are they doing with the water infrastructure? What are they doing to try and get people back in housing? Because they have no housing.
Because them did say by January some housing for come and we don't hear nothing more, so we don't know.
Those container houses, right?
Yeah.
That is really not sustainable.
We're not hearing.
especially in the region that Jamaica is in. That Jamaica is in a hurricane belt. It was hit with a Cat 5, and it can always get hit with a Cat 5. Jamaica cannot think that they will never get a Cat 5 again.
We may get 6 next time.
oh no, Auntie Jens. No.
Then if them, then if we them say we have if we have climate change, then I must expect changes.
Right. So you mean to tell, are they at least the government trying to explain exactly what they're going to do with that 415 million US dollars
Yeah,
that
well, yeah,
they're
what they
getting
say
in loan?
tomorrow Parliament, so we see what they say about it.
Yeah, but I sometimes listen to that Parliament. I'm sorry, Auntie Jen. They're infantile.
True.
They're infantile.
True.
They're not mature. They're just not mature. Because you have the Speaker of the House is telling you, it's a question. You need to do it as a question. Stop making statements. No, other parliaments do that, where parliamentarians get up, they make a statement, and then ask a question.
I just didn't want to turn here. Anyway, project, so we'll leave it for tonight, yeah?
Yeah. All right, Auntie Jen. Auntie Jen, have a good one. Enjoy.
Thank you for joining in. Thank you.
Yeah,
Everybody,
sure, always.
Everybody on TikTok, thank you for joining. Have yourself a great night. Over YouTube, thank you for joining in. I'll catch you next time. I'm your girl, Auntie Jen. I'm your girl, Auntie Jen. Bye. Good night over YouTube. Bye. Bye, Patrick. Bye, Jessica. Bye, everybody. Love you.